Okay, hello. My name is Tanya Sheldon, and I am so excited and so honored that I get to share this information with you. I am from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I have been a part of something very special to my heart for the last 15 years, almost 15 years in October. And just recently, I have been really moved into action to want to share what I've been a part of in a new way. Because I believe today people are really searching more than ever for a way to make a difference, not only in their own personal life, but maybe in the lives of others as well. People that have this calling on their heart that they know they were made for more, that they believe that they are unfinished, but they just don't know where to start. And they don't know what this unfinished season looks like or how they're supposed to become into the thing that they know is within their heart. And that is who I am speaking to tonight, the person that just believes there is more for them, but they're just not sure where to turn or how to make that happen. So if you are being shown this video or you're watching this back, why you're here is we want to give you a closer look into what we are a part of. We want to, most importantly, offer you hope and possibility for what could be in your life and how you could find a vehicle to help you make your dreams and your goals become reality. And within that, we really want to share with you a community that believes that you are not finished and that you are still becoming, and it is not too late. So, a little bit about my story. I was introduced to community marketing of a company called Mary Kay when I was in college. And when I walked into this meeting that I was introduced to, I was surrounded by a room of women that exuded so much confidence, and there was so much energy in that room. And I was this girl that just wanted so much for my life. I had so many dreams, but I didn't even know with clarity what those dreams look like. I just knew that God put me here for a reason. And so when I saw those women walking with purpose, having so much confidence, I wanted to be her. At that moment, whatever the vehicle was, it really didn't matter because I saw proof in those women that I could become more, and I just wanted them pouring into me. So for years, for decades, I was chasing becoming more. And I would see tables of women, communities of women together, talking in communion, happy, joyful, confident, laughing. And I'd always wonder, like, I want to know their story. How did they come together? What are they doing? How did they find their success? I was always so curious about the woman in front of the room or the woman that had found that success. And I wanted to know how they got there. And I've learned along the way, they didn't get there on their own, right? We get there when we can find other people that will walk hand in hand with us. But if you continue to put one foot in front of the other and you continue to stay curious, you will find the right vehicle that will help bring out that person in you that you know that you are destined to become. And that's what I found. In 2011, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had been working, I did retail management, I worked in the mortgage industry, I'd done some in real estate, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and I loved being a mom. I loved being a wife, but I knew that there was still something more for me outside of those two roles. And so I was very open, but I didn't want a boss. I wanted to create my own thing, but I didn't have capital. I didn't have enough income to go and create my own thing. I knew I needed something that was already established and already in place that I could invest into and then have people alongside me to help me make something of myself. And that's exactly what I found. And that's exactly what we get to share with you tonight. So I said yes to an opportunity in 2011, scared to death. It was the eighth opportunity I said yes to. And I was so afraid of failing again and things not working out for me. But I knew, again, the timing for me in my life was I'm going to do whatever I can to make it work this time around. So I said yes. And that, again, was almost 15 years ago. And along the way, the people that have come into my life have become some of my dearest friends. I've created this second family. And this community of people are people that I love being around. We have so much fun. They are people that I never would have known had I not continued to stay curious and let doors be open and say yes to something, even though that I was afraid. So I want to share with you a little bit about our community and show you some pictures of who we are. There's supposed to be music to this, but it's not playing, is it? That's okay. These are people that I've met along the way, people that have become dear friends. They've become family. We've packed rooms, we've packed conference rooms, we've traveled together, we've laughed together, and we've cried together, and we've become family. And again, they're people that would have never been a part of my life had I not said yes to this opportunity. So I wanted to share with you some of these amazing people that we get to be in community with. There's supposed to be music to that, but that's okay. So the heart behind what we do as a community is you'll often hear us talk about something called unfinished. And this is something new that we brought to the table as a community, but it's the belief that no matter where we are in life, we are still becoming, we are still growing, we're still learning, and we're still building something meaningful for our life, but most importantly, for the people around us. So, through better health, strong community, and purposeful work, we help people step into the next chapter of their lives with confidence, vitality, and faith. We are very faith forward in this community. And through it all, we trust that God continues to guide our steps as we grow and serve others. And if that resonates with you, you are in the right place. So, the reason you dream so big is because that version of you already exists in the future. Again, if you are that person like me that just had these dreams and desires that you were made for more, that God put you here for a big reason, I'm telling you right now that there are ways that you can step into that. Who I am today, there is no way that I could have become who I am today without this vehicle, this opportunity, this community, the faith, the support, all of it. I would never be who I am today without any of this. So your dreams are not given to you so that you can hide them away and make them a thing of the past. They are given to you from God because He knows the potential that you carry. And if you are seeing this tonight, please know that it is not a coincidence. What if this could also be your vehicle to help you step into your next chapter? So we know right now in the world, people are looking for these three things, okay, if not more. But some of the top three things that people are looking for, we know they're looking to feel better. We know that they would like stronger community, and we know that they would love other streams of income. Now, some of these people won't face. There are a lot of people that say they don't need community, or maybe they think that they don't want it because it just sounds exhausting, but they're not finding the right communities. The right communities should make you feel full and uplifted and joyful and give you hope. The wrong communities are the ones that make you want to play small, and they diminish your dreams, and they don't want to listen, and they don't want to bring joy into your life. That is not what we are here for. We are here to pour into one another and to let you know that you are here for a reason. And multiple streams of income is not a bad thing. Imagine if you could bring in another stream of income to make life easier, to have more income at the end of the month, to be able to say yes to things more than you say no, to be able to give where you want to give, to go where you want to go, to leave things for your family, to build a legacy and have a life of significance. That is what we are here for. So one thing along my journey, when I first started looking to be a business owner, I really had no idea what I was doing. I didn't really know what that meant. And no one really took the time to explain it to me. People just kept sharing with me products they wanted me to sell. And none of it really made sense to me because along the way, I thought, I don't want to sell a product. I want to make something of myself. How can that work together? But in the process of finding the right vehicle, one thing I learned was this chart that you see right here, the cash flow quadrant. This has been around for decades. It was created by Robert Kiyosaki that you see on the left. And basically, this quadrant is made up of four quadrants. Now, the left side, 95% of the population lives on the left side of this chart, and they only create 5% of the wealth in the world. The people on the right side, 5% of the population lives here, and they create 95% of the wealth. What side would you want to be on? Now, on the left side, you hear things like a job, paid time off, vacation pay. You are basically, like you see, the clock equals the dollars. The time you put in is equivalent to the money that you will get paid. If you are not working, whether it's for someone else or for yourself, you are the one that is completely dependent on how much money you're going to make. If you are not putting in the work, if you are not on that wheel, if you are not giving the outcome or putting out the resources, the money will not be coming in. Now, on the right side, this is where we learn about leverage. And this was a term I didn't know. This was not what was explained to me. But leverage is when you can find a system, you can find a business, you can find an opportunity that's already put together. You don't have to create it. You don't have to do it on your own. It's already there. And you take that system and you teach it and give it to others. And now you get to not only leverage your time, but the time of other people as well. So even when you're not working, if others are, you're still getting paid. That kind of leverage is what entrepreneurs and what smart people look for. It is a smart way and a humble and beautiful way to make a living because while you're doing it, you're teaching others to do the same. Okay, this was the other thing I was never taught, and this is the 6 components of a successful business. It's the company, products, timing, trends, and compensation. Okay. These things were never explained to me along the way. I didn't know to look for these. Okay. But what I found was if you are going to find something to put you in that quadrant where you are a true business owner, you want to make sure that the company that you're investing in is at least 4 years old. That's what we're going to show you in the next couple minutes. It's at least 4 years old. It has to be stable. You want to know that the products that you're going to represent are something you can truly get behind, but also are not just fads, but are things when we look at timing and trends, are products that people are going to want not only today, but now and into the future as well. Is it something that you can put yourself around, be supportive of, believe in enough that you know it's an obligation to make sure that people know about it because people will want it for their future? The compensation. You want to make sure you're going to get paid fairly, but also get paid in a way that will, again, help you create leverage in your life so that when you can't show up or when you do take a vacation or when you do step away, the money continues to come in. And then the system. You don't want to have to come in and create your own system. That's the last thing that I had the brain power for. I didn't know how to create a system that would work. I needed to have one that was already in place. And that's what I found with the company that I had invested in tonight. So that system was already in place for me. Okay. So the company we're talking about tonight, the company that came into my life in 2011 is called LifeVantage. We are an activation company. This is the company that has completely changed my life in all ways. It has made my husband feel better. It has helped me continue to be healthy. It has brought confidence into my life. It has changed the person I am. It has helped me to raise 2 young women that know what it's like to see a mom that goes after her dreams. And it has brought me the most amazing community that I never would have known had I not said yes to. It has enhanced my life up ways, down ways, sideways, in all ways. And LifeVantage is an activation company. I found out this was very different because in 2011, when this was introduced to me, I had a husband that was like a walking time bomb. He had health issues galore. He had to travel a lot for work. We tried everything. He was eating paleo, he was exercising, but he was a guy at the airport that had to be wheeled up to the gate because inflammation was so prevalent in his body. It was hard for him to walk on his own sometimes. And this was introduced to me, this one little yellow pill, an activator that was told to me that it could reduce oxidative stress in the body. I didn't know what that was, but I knew that oxidative stress, when I did my research, was linked to everything my husband was dealing with. So I thought, if what this product takes care of is linked to everything that my husband's dealing with, I'm going to try this for him. He was so skeptical, you guys. He did not want to do it, but I ordered it anyway, like a good wife would. And it completely changed his life. And I saw opportunity. I finally saw something that I could get myself behind, that I could believe in. I saw a system that was in place, and I saw a company that was just ready to be taken to the masses that I could get behind and really make something of for my life. So when this was shared with me, my girlfriend also shared with me an ABC investigative report. ABC News did an investigation on this flagship product that we get to talk about today. Now, I still believe if this ABC report was shown today to you, you would go running to get this product because you're not going to believe what he says. And a lot of the things he talks about you're hearing them on health podcasts over and over and over today. So pay attention to this. This is going to blow your mind. And then I will let you know how we got to where we are today.
The following video is an ABC primetime investigative report that started the biohacking revolution in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe.
Okay, so you guys saw, even for an 80-year-old, my dad just turned 80. My parents have been on this product since the day that I found out about it, because my goodness sakes, I want them to have as much of a quality of life as I possibly can. When I saw that ABC report, I couldn't unsee it. It's just phenomenal that they did a blood test, and after 2 weeks, his blood was that of an infant child. And then they found, they went on to see after 30 days, they couldn't distinguish the blood between an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old. We get to tell that story. We get to make a business out of that for ourselves. It's amazing that the opportunity to have your own business behind a product that is a medical breakthrough can be given to stay-at-home moms like me to share with the world and build an amazing income for my family and teach others how to do the same thing. That is so cool. I am so grateful for that. Now you can see on this chart, it shows you that as we age, oxidative stress goes up. Oxidative stress is like the rusting of your cells. It is a part of the aging process. Oxidation comes from the air we breathe, the food we eat, the toxins in our food, everything, EMFs, it's all around us. It is more prevalent than it's ever been. And high levels of oxidative stress in the body are linked to many different disease states. So I went to work with this, was introduced to me, and I said, I looked up oxidative stress with everything my husband was dealing with. I looked up oxidative stress with everything in my family history. And every time I did, there was a link to them. So for me, I'm like, if oxidative stress is linked to everything in my family history, I need to take this for the rest of my life. And I have done that I've never missed a day of this. This is what we're founded on. And we get to tell the story because after the ABC report aired, John Quinones said, for more information, go to abcnews.com. And thousands of people did, and they wanted the product. But the researcher and scientist, he didn't know that that was going to happen. He did not have the infrastructure to get the product out to people. So it was in the retail market first. But people didn't know what it did sitting on a store shelf. So they were going to sell off the company. It was a small biotech company at the time. But the gentleman they brought in said, there's a significant story here to be told. What if you just change your distribution model and put it in the hands of people? And that was the best decision they could have made, because we know society says today, more than ever in the world of influencing and social media, if people like something, they want you to talk about it. And that's what we did. We started telling the story over and over and over again because lives were changing. And we tripled our sales and we became LifeVantage in 2009. And that's why we get to share the story today. So we did not stop with activation there. And that story of activation, what it means is instead of supplementing the body, we are putting products together, plants and herbs. We are putting them together so that when you take them, they will activate enzymes, hormones, peptides in your body. Protandim Nerf 2, the ABC report, activates antioxidant enzymes in your body to reduce oxidative stress. So we took Protandim and we branded it into 3 different pathways. We're reducing oxidative stress. We're boosting mitochondria, energy in the cell, and we are boosting NAD production, detoxifying and cleansing that cell so it's happy and can flow freely like it's supposed to. Those are the three that you see on the left. Together, they're called our Synergizer. Now, Protandim Nerve 2, that blue label, I will tell you, almost everything in our catalog, if you pair it with Protandim, there is a beautiful synergy that always happens. There is like this extra goodness that comes from it. We will create a new product. We will put it with Protandim. We will do a study, and our minds are always blown as to the extra synergy that happens when you layer our products with Protandim. So we activate collagen. We activate 10 collagen peptides in your body. Nothing compares to this collagen. Nothing else on the market will activate 10 collagen peptides. I will not go without this collagen. We activate your GLP-1 hormone. This product, our NB Enhance, has changed my husband's life. Metabolically, he has aged backwards, and he did not know that his body was capable of that. What it has done for him, I'm so grateful for these products. We are going to activate neurons in your brain to help you with stamina, performance, brain fog. And we're also activating 14 gut peptides with our P84. Activation is putting your own body to work the way it's supposed to, instead of you giving your body things that it does not recognize. Now, we also have another pipeline of products that are not, we have our activation, and now we also can activate on the outside we have a phenomenal hair care system. We have activation in our skincare system. And then we also have an omega D3 probiotics, prebiotics, things for your eyes. We have an AM and PM that works with the circadian rhythm of your body. And then we also have Pet Tandem for dogs, activation for your canine friend. That is phenomenal. Our products just stand alone on their own. They are so phenomenal. So those are the products that we get to represent and share with people to help them change their life and have quality of life. And within that, the company LifeVantage, that is our vehicle. And LifeVantage is a publicly traded company. Our timing, I'm telling you, could not be more special right now. We are looking for more voices to share what we have at LifeVantage. We are looking for more people to come in and be a part of our culture, our community, to find those friendships, to lock arms with people, and to know that they have a system in place. They have everything that they need to do what they need to do. Things that are done for you, they're going to ship the products for you. You don't have to have inventory. The invoicing, it's all done. Your website, your back office metrics, they're all there for you. You buy into that and it's done. It's a one-time buy-in. And then as a part of our team, we are Team ACT with the unfinished movement, helping you to remember that you are not finished in this life and you are still becoming. And with our team, you're going to get a handbook that's going to give you all the links to our groups, the systems, everything that you need to get started and get your feet going in the right direction to help your dreams come true and to change your life and the life of your family. And a reminder of the power of leverage. Now, again, leverage and putting leverage to work for you. This is, you can work for an income, right? That's that left side of the quadrant, or you can build a leveraged income. And that's the right side of the quadrant. That working for an income, that's that left side of the quadrant. So imagine if you plus 9 people, whether it's people you know directly or people that they know, right? If you each serve 10 customers, that is 100 customers. It's you plus a community of people serving the masses. That is multiplication. And with multiplication, you can serve more people than you would ever serve on your own. And by doing that, you get to create leverage. You get to help people build leverage for themselves. And most importantly, my favorite part is you truly get to build people. Help people find that confidence, that inner power, that inner strength that they knew they had, but they couldn't find it on their own. So within our company, we talked about compensation. And when it comes to compensation, as a publicly traded company, we're going to look at 3 different levels in our company. And one of those is where you can make an extra $316 a month. an extra $1,700 or an extra $6,700 or $14,000 a month. Now you get to do this again through community by sharing things that you love with other people, and they share what they love with other people, and we do it together. And you get to do that. If someone invited you here tonight, they get to plug you into me telling the story, basically doing the work on their behalf. That is leverage. Someone new that is new on the team can plug you in, and they get to learn while they earn. That's the name of the game, and that's what leverage income is. Now, today, for people to make an extra $300 a month, you would have to invest over $75,000 and hope that you make 5% back on that. That is a lot of money to get for a little bit every single month. But that extra 300, right? That's what's going to help you start paying for your product and loving how you're feeling so that you cannot not tell more people. And then to get to a point where you're making an extra $1,700 a month. So many people today cannot even retire because they cannot make a living on what they made when they were working for someone else. And a lot of people, they're saying the average savings accounts today are just $1,000 in savings. So $1,700 a month, you would have to invest over $400,000 a month, not a month, but you'd have to invest over $400,000 and then hope you get that 5% interest to give you leverage of $1,700 a month. And you can see as it goes up, you'd have to have a lot of cash on hand to give you what you want to live the kind of life you want after you stop working. But community marketing, this model, being within a company that has a system with a community of people that help you make it happen, you can really build a phenomenal leveraged income for you and your family. You guys, how far can you take this? These are just some pictures of me, my travels with our team. I knew, like I said, that there was more for me. I knew I wanted to become more. But to have the leveraged income that I have created today, my husband and I had to move many, many times because we were chasing a job for work. And just this last year, we were able to move back to South Dakota to be by our family, and we didn't have to worry about chasing a job. This opportunity allowed us to make that decision for ourselves. I have traveled more in my life since I started this company than I ever did before. Anytime I traveled before I got into this company, it was going from Colorado to South Dakota because it's all we could afford. And now today, because of trips that they give you as incentives, and just being able to go and pour into my team, I get to travel so much more than I ever thought. And it's so rewarding. And most importantly, those two beautiful blondes in the middle at the bottom, my two daughters, they have watched me. I was a stay-at-home mom, like I said, when I got started. And to do this when they were young, and now they're both in their 20s, to see what I have created and the mindset that I have learned and the confidence I have gained by building this business, this has taught them along the way to be confident, to know what is possible for themselves, and to most importantly, be curious and be open-minded. And this is what is available to you too. So if any of this resonates with you tonight, I want you to know there's many ways to get started. We love customers. Our products are sold separately or as stacks. We have so many different options for you. With a stack, you get discounts with that. Or if this is something where you've been looking for opportunity and you would love to make an investment and become a part of this or look more into that, we have packs to get people started, and they start as low as $240. And you just pick the pack that will give you the products that you want to try to get started with to allow you to create your own story so that you can, again, lock arms with us and build your dreams as well. So I'm so happy that you were given this information. Get back to the person that invited you. They'll be following up with you to see where you're at, what information that you want. And then they'll be able to guide you in your steps, or maybe they'll connect you to me and we can answer more questions that you might have. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I hope that it gave you some hope. And if not, I hope maybe it planted a seed in maybe for you, for your future, or for someone that you know. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Bye.